Okay, so here we're coming out of the main drive of the shelter. Initially we cross our first road, and this little road that comes down here links basically the shelter with the main road. And another two dogs with us. With me I've got the wonderfully named Starboy, who's a 2-year-old dog, male dog from D3. Starboy was dumped as a puppy outside Starbucks in Patong, got hit by a car and has been with us ever since, but delighted to say that he's been adopted to a wonderful family in the Netherlands, and hopefully will be going before too long. And then I've got Owens here with Soodlaw, and Soodlaw was found running around the road, abandoned in the south of the island. Lillian, one of our volunteers and board member for many, many years, found him, and he's been here now for 4 years, I think. He's 6 years old. He's a lovely dog, but he doesn't necessarily always get on with other dogs, so he's really only really suitable for a private adoption with somebody. Great with people though, Owen, yeah?
Absolutely, love people, yeah.
Just as we're walking down here, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's doing a fundraiser. I believe we're reaching the $70,000 mark, which is fantastic. But I want to try and spur you on, if you will, because we'd love to reach $100,000 by the end of the month. Just imagine how many dogs that could help. My own fundraiser, which of course does get publicised, is currently at about $22,000, and I've done 2 last year and they both raised more, so come on everybody, please get behind me and everybody else who's fundraising for this, doing these walks, and let's get to $100,000 overall. One of the great things is seeing how these dogs adapt to being out of the shelter, because many of them, well, some have never been out of the shelter in their entire lives, and others are fairly nervous to start with, but they seem to pick up. Starboy's full of confidence. He's the first one actually. He's barking back at some dogs, and because we do meet quite a lot of dogs. It seems to vary. Sometimes we see a lot, other times not many, depending on the time of day. But we've 2 over there. We've come out to say hello, and another one over there. And not showing the least bit of fear at all. For such a small dog, he's has no issues, do you, hey? So we're now coming to a sign that says My Cow Beach Residence, and it's actually Soi My Cow number 7. The way it works in Thailand, you'll have a road like this, and then each side road will be called Soi. Usually even numbers on one side and odd numbers the other. So the next one down is number 5 on this side. And this is the sort of long stretch down to the beach. It's quite a narrow road, so we have to be on the lookout for traffic, and we do get a few big trucks coming out of builders' yards. And there are plenty of dogs to meet. Yeah, I just walk whatever run I'm given. It seems some runs I get given more than others. And D3, where Starboy is one of those. So I know him well. But I shall be delighted to see him go off for a new home. You miss dogs, I mean the keepers in the runs miss dogs as well, but it's lovely to see them get to a new home. And of course, sadly, only yesterday we heard about the US government's decision to ban imports of dogs from over 100 countries where rabies is still present. We'll do our best to appeal that because Phuket has been dedicated rabies-free, Thailand's first and only province that's been classed rabies-free for many, many years. That's down to the fact of the number of dogs we've sterilised and vaccinated. But whether that's successful, who knows. And that's going to mean a lot more dogs do not get adopted, because we send a lot of dogs to homes in America and also to our wonderful partner rescues over there. And all that will stop from next month. So it may well be that our population at the shelter is going to increase drastically in the coming months. Which will mean yet again more runs being built. So we're approaching the beach now. I can just see the sea. This is normally where we get greeted with a welcoming party of 4 and 5 dogs. You can see one there, but they had a nice, this is the second dog today, so they had a nice big barking session. Generally one starts barking and the others all come running out. But and talk to the devil, there's an yeah, you're not doing your job properly. You're the chief watchdog to tell all the other dogs. You're a bit late. And I'm sorry, Starboy is totally uninterested in you. Thailand, we get millions of these little sand crabs. They do on my beach where I walk the dogs, and I think Starboy just spotted one and try and get them out. So yeah, I just wanted to reiterate how important this is, particularly with the recent news. With so many now, so we have changes every day, of course. As of this morning, not at the old, it's certainly over 1,450 animals in our care. That includes not only the residents, of course, but those in the hospital, cat hospital as well, and the cat shelter, but increasing number of dogs in particular. And with the announcement yesterday by the US government, means those numbers are only going to go one way. So anything you can spare, any change, if you've got a friend doing it, fine. If you haven't, go to my sponsor page, which Ray will put up a link to, I'm sure. And please try and help us reach at least $100,000. Anything more than that would be a huge bonus, but hopefully we can reach that figure. Okay, now you two are going to have a drink now, I think. So I'm going to give you a drink and a treat. It'd be lovely to be able to take many more dogs on a walk like this, because you can see they really do enjoy the change. Sadly though, obviously we've got so many dogs to walk, and it takes a best part of the morning, well, it takes the morning virtually to take two, each person two, that is. So at the same time we could be walking 8, 9, 10 dogs in the shelter, and there's so many dogs we're walking that it just wouldn't make sense. But it is lovely to see them in these different surroundings. Okay, so here we are now, just coming up to the entrance. At the entrance of Soi Dog, and this has been one of the easiest walks so far, because these two are very relaxed, very confident, and I think you can tell I've really enjoyed it. These two don't know each other, but they've been fine. It always makes it an added pleasure when you've done this and you know the dogs enjoyed it. And up to now, I think they all have. Some of them have been a bit nervous starting, but once they get going, they've been fine. There's Mama, local dog there, grumbling. Okay, so across the road and we're back. Just to walk up the drive and take you to your room.
Me, Mom, and Daddy are walking puppy and kitty meat trade overseas. We're walking 30 miles in 30 days. Please do.